What's up guys, Joe the Techie here. Today we're going to be kind of discussing the name change behind OS X Mountain Lion. Now, any of you who run Mac and have run Macs in the past will know that the operating systems such as Leopard, Snow Leopard and Lion were named as Mac OS X Snow Leopard, Leopard or Lion. But with the kind of preview of Mountain Lion, we can see that the operating system has been renamed as just OS X Mountain Lion, and in this video I'm just going to explore kind of the possible reasonings behind this and kind of my thoughts. Now, the first point that I'd like to raise is about iOS. Back when the only iDevices were iPhones and iPod Touches, iOS was named iPhone OS 2, 3, 4. But Apple renamed it iOS, and that's because there was the inclusion of the iPad, and it would make no sense whatsoever to have an iPhone OS running on an iPad because it's not an iPhone. You could kind of get away with it with the iPod, but not with the iPad at all. So they renamed it iOS to kind of be a universal thing between all the iDevices, and I think this is the same thing that's been done with Lion. In the past, Mac OS X has only run on Macs, but now I think because they have dropped Mac from OS X, I think this is a telltale sign that OS X isn't just gonna run on Macs in the future. At the moment, OS X runs on the MacBooks, so MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, and runs on the desktop line of iMacs and Mac Pros. And I think at some stage in the future, either there's going to be a different edition of the iPad, one that runs iOS and maybe one that runs OS X, or I think Apple may be bringing out a new line of products, maybe a touchscreen line of products, which don't really fit into the Mac spectrum, but they still want it to run the OS that Macs currently run, which is at the moment, if you've got the latest version, Mac OS X Lion. So I think with the dropping of the Mac from OS X, it's kind of paving the way for more products to use or be able to run an operating system like Lion, like Snow Leopard, and now like Mountain Lion. And I think this is kind of a good move for Apple because it's kind of opening the doors more to the kind of ventures that they can kind of go into, and it's not limiting them or it's not limiting operating systems to certain kinds of devices. So those are kind of my thoughts on the name change. In a future video, I'm going to be going over the new features of OS X Lion, and so that's something to look forward to. And thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.